What is up, guys? It's Mitchell or Deity, and we're finally here. Next part of the guide. I'm going to go over first what all I wanted you guys to accomplish, and then I'm going to give you a checklist of things to go work on next. So, beginning of the guide, I'll go over just what the characters look like for the core team. So, what I wanted you to do at the end of last episode was go through the next part of campaign. And the team for the next part of campaign was going to be your Tamarin. Okay, so Tamarin, this is the stat line I had on Tamarin. I went through, I autoed every stage except for one. The only stage I couldn't auto was the Mort stage, 9-6, I believe. That stage, you have to pause and soul burn with your Spectre Tenebria when he enters the weakness exploit mode. You have to crit him. You have to land a critical hit 4 times in a row, and then you beat the stage. So that stage, for some of you guys that may be struggling, you need to wait until he activates at the very end and save all your souls. Just auto it until the end, and then take it off auto, soul burn into Mort. Okay, 9-6 Mort can be quite a pain. So that's the first step is this. Next up, we have our Destina. So our Destina is going to be our secondary character. So Destina gives us a green character going through the story. That way, with our full team, we're 3-starring every stage to get us to where we don't have to go back and redo it, basically. So this is the Destina. As you see, gear is pretty upgraded. Next up, we have our Brieg. So Brieg, this is what I went through with. I didn't have the gear fully upgraded. We still have to upgrade the ring, but this Brieg will work fine for probably ever. I never technically need to upgrade the ring, but your goal is to get as much HP and as much defense on him. He gives himself effectiveness, so that I actually have 100 effectiveness here. So this Brieg will work perfect. Ideal artifact is Aureus. Ideal artifact on Tamarin is Wondrous Potion Vial. Now, with your Destina, it doesn't really matter. If you have an extra Potion Vial, go ahead, put it on. But any 4-star artifact would be fine of Soul Weaver for her. If you have Maghar's Tome, that's okay. Pretty much any of them will work. If you have 5-star artifact, see if it makes sense on her. But any of those will work out. Next up, we have our Spectre Tenebria. So our Spectre Tenebria is on 4 pieces of the Archie Special Operations missions. So you get those 4 pieces for free. Next up, you're going to get the necklace and the ring. Now, looking at my Spectenia, I only have 80 crit chance, meaning I definitely need to change my gear up on her. But she was able to clear it all. But this right here, the 80 crit chance, when you get to the Mort stage, you want to figure out how to get your Spectre Tenebria on 100 crit chance, because I failed that stage multiple times whenever I was going through, and because I had 80 crit chance. I eventually got lucky. I was being lazy, but ideally you'll come out and switch in pieces. Even if you have to put her over on attack set for just that stage, it'll be fine. So say you need to put your Free Spirit Tieria gear over onto her, that would be okay. But our Free Spirit Tieria is still in the same gear. She's our farming character for making 6 stars, unrecorded history 30. Okay, and then that's the main characters we have built up. I will go over the Wyvern characters next because I want you guys to be doing Wyvern. But to start off the video, once you get into or done with Chapter 3, beat the Chapter 3 boss, you're going to have the Selective Summon 2. So the Selective Summon 2, if you look here, we have a list of characters you can get, right? You have these 5-star heroes. My biggest advice for this, first off, is try to get the character you want, and if you do not have a Tagahel's Ancient Book or an Aureus, maybe try to get a good artifact out of this, one of the 4-star artifacts. For the 5-star characters, it doesn't matter, and you're never going to go for a 5-star artifact, but everyone's account's different at this point, right? You've all done summons, maybe you summon certain characters, and depending on which characters you've summoned on, you might not want to take a specific thing. But my order for what is the best characters to take from this, number 1 right now, I would say is Mort. Mort is very good. If you did get the new Senya, then you can get her. But Mort is my number 1. Next up, we are going to go into Polytus. Polytus does not have a banner. She's solid, will always be a good character. Right now, she's not really great. She depends on how you play, but Polytus comes in and out of being really good in the game every few months. Every year there's been a period where Polytus was good, and there was like a 2-year period where Polytus was insane. So Polytus generally comes in and out, but Mort right now is by far the easiest number 1 power character. Okay, next up, we are going to talk about our Shu. So Shu is just a solid, nice character for a couple PvE things. Covers your Nightmare Raid right side boss team, and you can use her in Fire Expedition, and you can use her going through story if you want. She's not a bad character. The thing is, ML5s for PvP outshine Shu, meaning that you're not going to see her played very much. But if people did play Shu and a lot of the slots they played other characters, she would probably win the games. So Shu is still going to be my number 3. And then from there, if you have those 3 characters, all the other characters are kind of mediocre. Euphine has a reason to get her. You can go through a lab tech, and she's actually got a buff recently. So Euphine would be okay, but her buff is more for in-game players with really good gear. And then other than that, Alencia is okay. So my current order is Mort, Polytus, Shu, and then from there, Euphine, Alencia-ish, one of those. You'll be good to go. So I'm going to be going for Mort, but I already have Mort. So this is where I was saying accounts differ. This account already pulled Mort from my tickets. So one of the things that we are going to be going over in the next part of the guides coming up is going to be our hunt challenges. Okay, I'm going to have you guys clear your hunt challenges. Technically, you can take your story team right now and beat all the hunts. If you want to go in and try it, you can. But as you see, you can get bookmarks from this. So if you wanted to wait, if you're going to take a specific character, say you're going to take Mort, if you want to wait till we get to that part in the guide before you make a decision, that stays on your account until you decide to use it. You can wait. But personally, I wouldn't. I would just grab. I'm actually going to be taking Blue Shoe from this second selective summon because I'm going to use her for another part of the guide. But if you do not have Mort, grab Mort. But if you look here in my storage, I have Young Senya here, no Mort there, but I believe I have a Mort in my regular inventory. Yeah, we already have Mort. So Mort will be number 1 pick. So I'm going to go ahead and do my selective summon. I'm going to get a Shu. I already have Tagahels. I already have Aureus. But again, for your selective summon too, I highly suggest trying to get one of those artifacts with the character if you do not have them. So right here, that's a 5-star artifact. Obviously, we won't take it. It's going to be the exact same as Selective Summon 1. You can record your results, that same artifact twice, but there's if you don't have Wondrous Potion Vial, maybe you could go for that. So there's Alencia, she's okay. But I'm going to go ahead and go until I get my character, and then we're going to do some Moonlight summons, and I'm going to go over my Wyvern team, and then I'm going to give you a couple things to work on before the next episode of the guide. There's one character that you will want to get. It's a free character, best 3-star free character in the game, I think, right now. So give me 1 second. Let me do my selective summon, and we'll come back. Okay, so I have gotten my Shu. That's all I need. I don't care about the 4-star characters or 4-star artifacts because I've gotten everything so far that I need. But again, if you're missing a 4-star artifact, this is your place to get it. So if you got the character you want to get it with the artifact. It could take you a lot of time, but this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance on your account that you can guaranteed get. You're going to get the 4-stars anyway, but you may want them for the upcoming things that we do. So there's nothing you have to have generally or technically, but just keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and confirm my results. We're going to take the Shu and we're good to go. Okay, you guys, again, take Mort if you don't have. Mort is very, very good. Now I'm going to go ahead and rip some Moonlight summons for fun because if you're wondering where I got all these, okay, you're going to get them from beating story. You're going to get them from clearing Abyss. I did clear up to Abyss stage 75. You are going to get them from your login events. There's certain events that are going on. There's a Christmas event currently while I'm making the guide, or New Year's event, I guess it would be. But you're going to get your gold chance and stones. So most of you guys probably spend them as you got them. I saved them for a little bit. But I want to do this because we are actually at pity for Moonlight summons. It's a 4-star to 5-star pity. You can't get a 3-star character, and it's a free summon. So I'm going to go ahead. We'll rip 10 summons with a 4-star character. We'll try to go through it quick, but summons are always fun. So Dominion, not very good. I will be making the PvP tier list. Here's a 3-star. Soon, probably tonight. There's another 4-star. Hey, 2 4-stars. Is there any tanks I need? Yeah, no. There are really no, I think, good 4-star ML tanks. Oh, ML5. Dang, this account's pretty lucky. I've gotten quite a few. Who do I want? ML Haste. Oh, let's go. This account's kind of sick. I'm not really playing it, but this account's got some stuff on it. ML Haste, he will always be a solid character. He's not as strong as he used to be, but he's still really, really good. All right, we'll take that. All right, this is a new at least 3-star. Suthin? No, Parado. OG character in the game. 4-star? Okay. What 4-star do we want? Moon Bunny Dominion, Angel of Light Angelica, BBK. T-star. Okay, Bloodblade Corinne is one of the best ML 4-stars, if not the best. Other 4-star. These rates are insane. Wow. Dang. Slash Mercedes is nothing really I need, but a 5-star will take 3-star here. We'll take the 5-star. Wait, did I already do the pity? I might have already done the pity. Oh no, the pity's in one more summon. Okay. Another 3-star though. And we already have. So once you get to 20 summons, you're going to have a guaranteed 4 or 5-star. You guys may have already done this to this point, but those of you guys that don't know, you will have a 4 to 5-star character. So once you get to this point, you'll have a 15% chance for an ML5 and an 85% chance for ML4. Okay, there are no 3 stars. So this is your chance, highest chance you're going to have in the game to get an ML5. We didn't get one, but we got one from the regular summon, so we'll take it. All right, Kitty Clarissa, I think I already have her. No, General Purgus, I mean, maybe I could use him for something unlikely. He used to be really good for Wyvern. All right, we got one more summon. It's a 3-star. We got ML Haste. Okay, so this account's got a couple really good ML5s. And the next Mystic banner coming up is pretty decent. If you're watching at the time of me making the guide, I'll probably go for Archie Mercedes with whatever I have. So we'll end up summoning on that on the videos as well. So all of that is done. The next thing that we want to do is once you hit account rank 60. So if you look here, I'm at account rank 61. Once you hit account rank 60, you will open up World Arena. You don't want to do this yet. You do not want to do this yet. Give it a little bit of time. Keep stabilizing your account or you're just going to go in and be mad. If you're going to play this game mode, go and do the draft arena. Okay, go and do the middle option. But if you want to click into this, you can go in and go to Hall of Fame. This depends when you start your account. But if you haven't claimed this until May, you can come in and grab this ring. This is a super good ring. Okay, that's going to be one of the best pieces of your account. So T88 gear can't be reforged, but it starts with super high rolls and can roll as a reforged piece. So I got a min roll right away. The piece already. We'll upgrade a little bit for fun. Okay, that's all we're going to do. We got 2 minerals. That's really bad. But this is the kind of piece that if this goes super high speed, that's amazing. In terms of other gear I've upgraded, I did upgrade this. This was free from Market Special Operations. 20 speeder. Every account I do is 20 speed. And this piece is insane too. Hopefully you guys got lucky on one of your pieces. But you guys will know what gear is good. We're going to kind of go over that over the next couple episodes, trying to teach you guys gear. So the next thing I want you to work on is basically the last thing for this video. Well, actually, real quick, one thing I want you to do before next episode of the guide, you need to do this. If you don't have this done, you can't do it. You need to go to chapter 9. Okay, chapter 9, you're going to come up here and clear stage 9S3. You need to clear this because once you clear that, it allows you to go in and get your, not specially changed, that's my bad. You need to finish your Lorina too. I need to finish that up. I forgot about that. Finish Lorina. But you are able to get Camilla. Camilla is, and you may already have her if you've done some Moonlight summons or Covenant summons. Maybe you already have this character. She's an ML 3-star, but she is going to be the core character for all of our PvE. Okay, she's going to be used on every expedition, or almost every expedition. She's going to be used on a lot of our hunt teams that we end up building, and she is just a core character for everything PvE. In my opinion, it's the best 3-star character they give out. So this character, make sure you go do it, but you have to clear 9S3 before you start these challenges. You're going to have to do World Boss, so make sure every day you're doing World Boss in your guild. You have to be account rank 50, which if you're to this point in the guide, you should be there. But you come in, do World Boss every day. It doesn't matter how many points you get, just use your entries because you need to get her unlocked. She is going to stabilize and make it to where you basically feel like an in-game account right once you, and you only need a 5-star. You don't need a 6-star, which is even better. Okay, so Camilla is #1 priority. Next up, we are going to be fixing our Wyvern team. So these are what all my characters look like. I want you guys to do as close as you can to them. You're going to have a little bit different gear. Maybe you've done some other decisions along the way, but I want you guys to get your Wyvern team set up now, because while we're going through chapter 4, I want you guys farming Wyvern 13. Okay, so Cigarette, we are on 4 pieces of the Tamarind side story event and then 2 of the free attack set pieces. Okay, your goal with this is you want to get, with Cigarette, any effectiveness is okay. Her stats are basically as much crit damage, as much attack as you can get. So you want attack boots, crit damage neck, attack ring, okay? If you have more than 30 effectiveness, that's great. If you, like, even with lower damage, that's fine. But her effectiveness isn't a main, like, target for us. Now, with this distraction set, we're getting free 60 crit damage, which mixed with Daydream Joker obliterates Wyvern. Okay, so that is Cigarette. You need to make sure you have her. And you get her, everyone gets her for free. I've seen comments of I don't have Cigarette in some of my old videos, and it blows my mind. Okay, next up, we have Brig. Okay, Brig is going to be the character we just got at the last episode. And hopefully you guys all built him, and we just leave him the same. We want him to have as close to 25,000 HP or higher. If you're not 25,000 HP, He's not going to perform to all the stuff I'm going to be showing you how to use him in. Okay, if you're trying to do a different build with like speed boots or anything, you don't need to do that for right now. That is like an in-game account thing, trying to min-max damage. You need to get your account stabilized, and Brig without 25,000 HP, probably not going to be too good. Okay, and that is going to take the replacement Angelica for our Wyvern front tank. Artifact, Aureus, ideally. If you can get Aureus on him, it's just the best artifact for everything. Now, the last two characters, only need to 5-star these characters. You do not need to 6-star them. Your goal is to get 65 effectiveness on your Mui. Okay, 65 effectiveness. Crit rate, you only need 35. So you're going to have the crit rate. You don't even look at the crit rate. And then as much crit damage and attack. Speed doesn't really matter, but your idea is 65 effectiveness, crit damage, attack. That's all you need. Once you have that, if you guys don't have Mui, it's going to be kind of tough. Hopefully you guys have Mui by now. Hopefully by this point in the guide, you've summoned enough and you have him. But I would not recommend trying to do anything with Wyvern really until you end up getting him. He's the 3-star. You're going to get him. So maybe if you don't have him, the thing is it's maybe 1% of you don't have him. Everyone else will. If you can't do Wyvern yet, it's fine. You'll just keep progressing without the Wyvern portion, because I don't want you guys to build a bunch of characters that are not going to clear it well and not do things right. You can, if you want to experiment and go build your own Wyvern team, that's fine. But this is the lowest cost where you have all your other resources to build other things on your account. That's the idea of using this Wyvern team. Okay, but Mui, upgrade your gear. I've been using these characters right here, have almost 100% win rate. Occasionally you will fail no matter what in Wyvern. You're never going to have 100% win rate. It's not really possible. As an in-game player, you can probably get there with certain teams, but as a new player, the thing is there's a mechanic in the game that keeps that from really being possible. If you get unlucky enough, then it can screw you over. There's always, like, no matter how good you build your team, there's a 0.1% chance you're going to end up failing because the mechanics in the game keep you from winning. Okay, and that is making it to where no matter how much effectiveness you build, you might miss a debuff. That's just Wyvern. Whenever you have 65 effectiveness and you're seeing that X skill got resisted, it's not your build, that's the game mechanics. Okay, next up is a Furious. Furious, you want to be faster than the rest of your team. Other than being faster than the rest of your team doesn't really matter. So the gear on him is the Free Spiritia gear, and then we have the free pieces that he came with through the Adventurer's Path. Okay, these are the pieces on him. That's all you have to do. Super simple. We are on Song of Stars artifact. Other than that, make sure you're on Daydream Joker on both Cigarette and your Mui. And if you have Song of Stars from summoning on Asteria, do Song of Stars. If you don't have Song of Stars, just do a third Daydream Joker. Okay? Daydream Joker is Wyvern. It is everything with Wyvern, because Daydream Joker, those of you guys that don't know, it does a damage dealt, increased damage dealt by 2.4% of enemy's max HP. Okay? So Wyvern has a lot of HP. That artifact damage gets multiplied by your crit damage. So never build attack necks. Never do. That's the main thing I see. Everyone that I do help with their accounts will have like an attack neck. They'll have a crit chance neck or something. You need the crit damage. If your Wyvern team isn't working, it's probably because you don't have crit damage. Okay, or you don't have the effectiveness. You want 65 effectiveness. And this ring we bought from Lorina. Okay, everyone can get this ring. And I need to upgrade it one more time to get to 65, but it's been working well enough. And then Furious needs 65 effectiveness as well. Okay, since we are blue, or you just need 65. I believe it has 80 effectiveness. But 65 is the number. I do know that. I've made a million Wyvern guides. So this is the simplest team you can do. Upgrade the artifacts to about where I'm at, and you guys should be good. Okay, that is it for Wyvern. Once you do that, your Wyvern, you should be able to just go in and farm. Use your quick battles every day on it. And I want you guys, before next episode, to build up as close to 10,000 as you can. Okay, if you can't get 10,000, it's fine. There will be a cheat code. We can come in and utilize our boxes to get the extra materials, wherever they are. Down here. No, yes, you can come in. We're gonna have some boxes from this, and you can kind of cheese it. So if you don't farm quite enough, it's fine. But I have a video guide that I'm gonna link you in the next episode that you can go craft, and it walks you through step by step how to craft and kind of what to look for. You may need to follow that video multiple times. So you do 10k crafting, come back, do another 10k crafting, but you will eventually get it. Gearing is kind of complicated to learn at first. Trust me, everyone struggles. I used to struggle. All right, I struggled, but I thought I knew what I was doing. And then I realized I had no idea what I was doing. But it worked out. Okay, you're going to make some mistakes, and that's the biggest thing when you're crafting. You'll learn as you go. Take the mistakes as a learning experience. Once you learn their mistake, it takes a while to even figure out you're doing it wrong. So don't stress about it too much. You'll be fine. The free gear in the game, we're going to have everything set up with basically just the free gear in the game. You don't have to worry about anything besides eventually learning it to build your PvP characters. Okay, and if you're not going to play PvP, then it doesn't even matter to you. The crafting really doesn't matter for you at all. If you're playing this game for PvE, once you get to the end of the guide and aren't getting into PvP, I don't see you sticking with the game, personally. But we'll see. Maybe you like the story, maybe you like other things about the game, but the game has very little if you don't play PvP, other than story. Okay, so now that your Wyvern team is done, I want you guys background battling Wyvern. Okay, so I'm going to run my quick battles, and let's just see how it performs here real quick. We'll just do 10 quick battles. Hopefully everything is on. I believe I haven't touched anything. So you can see the results of the builds I just showed you. We didn't fail any yet. Yeah, there's one fail. Okay, that's fine. And one fail out of 90% win rate would take that all day. Okay, as a newer player getting in before our gear's even upgraded all the way, we'll take that. That's not bad. And no, like I said, no matter what, you're going to end up failing your Wyvern sometimes because of the in-game mechanics. But we take that. That is our Wyvern team. So the next things I want you to do, make sure you go and are working on getting Camilla from your recruitment. Okay, Camilla is going to be key for the next part of your account. Next up, depending on your account level, you're going to have some events you can go do. And depending on what time of year you're playing, right now we have a gear crafting event. And then you have your Arcane Special Operations. Keep plowing through these. Okay, keep going through, grabbing all this stuff. This Rage gear, okay, these potions, you'll decide who you're going to use them on later. But this Rage gear, the first 4 pieces, you can put on either your cigarette or we're going to end up putting them on Sirmia, because Sirmia is going to be used in 3 different parts of PvE content minimum that I'm about to show you guys. So if you want to put them on your Sirmia, that's what I'll do. Since my cigarette's already good to go, I'm not really worried about it. I'm going to go ahead and put any of that gear that I got of the Rage set on Sirmia. And we'll end up leveling that up, but she will be used for 2 different hunts and an expedition. So very, very nice to have her on Rage gear, because you need her to do as much damage as possible. And she'll be another Daydream Joker character, though. So the more Daydream Jokers you have, the better. But what I do is, depending on what I'm farming, I move my Daydream Jokers. So I think I maybe have 4 on my main account, and I just move them when I need to farm something else. So that's what I suggest you guys doing. Don't try to level up a million different ones. Just move your biggest ones, because it's going to make your win rate and everything better. And to move a Daydream Joker costs like 2,000 gold. So it's not too bad. Okay, but the other characters that I haven't worked on them or anything yet, but once we get Camilla, that's when we'll start building all our other stuff, because we're going to do a little crafting session and everything as well. So try to get your Wyvern going, get some materials stocked up, work on getting Camilla. We are going to be using Sirmia, we're going to be using Raz, Mercedes. We already went over the Wyvern characters, and then we're going to be using, I believe that's the main core roster. Maybe Vivian, but for right now, just make sure you have these same characters that I do to 6-star. These are our core characters for right now. And Lorina, okay? I do want you guys to make sure you are doing Lorina, okay? Once Lorina is 6-starred and specially changed, you need to do her skill tree, but Lorina will be a key character too. Okay, so those are all the characters that I want you to work on for next part. But now, once you're in this part, you can be background battling Wyvern. Make sure you're doing a labyrinth. You can be going through the next story of adventure. Okay, you'll use the same team that we're already using. It's very slow, and you're going to be getting the character Aiden for free. Okay, you're going to have to do the Aiden quest along the way. She's not as good of a character as she used to be, but it's the 3-star Aiden. There's now a 4-star Aiden coming to the game as of tonight. But this is a different character. She has specialty changes that are tied to key quests that you go through. You get a bunch of rewards for it, and she ends up being a solid character for your account. She's used to be one of the strongest characters in the game as a free 3-star, which is a wild time. But go through, do this. Once you finish up chapter 1, you'll get Aiden. You'll have these quests unlocked, and just again use the same team with the gear I showed you. You can just go through, and you're going to 3-star every stage this way. But if you thought chapter 3 took a long time and was slow, chapter 4 takes even longer. So keep that in mind. Now with this, you can be doing some expeditions, but the expeditions I'm going to be showing you guys. There it is. I'm going to be showing you guys expedition teams. That's what we're getting Camilla for. So once you guys get Camilla, we'll be going over all that. Other than that, I believe that's it for this episode of the guide. Go and work on all of that stuff. Again, Mort was the character from our Selective Summon 2. So Mort is a PvP character. A lot of the characters, I don't have you guys building your PvP characters yet with the guide. If you're going ahead and building some of them, that's completely fine. Okay, I'm suggesting the core things you need and trying to let you know a little bit ahead of time if there's anything important. But if you want to start going in and doing other things, feel free to just try to not spend too many resources. Unless it's on a good character like your Skystones. Again, the way to spend Skystones is to refresh them in shop. Okay, you come in, you refresh here. If you need gold, you farm with Free Spiritia on Record History 30 and get Stigma, trade Stigma in for Penguins, and that's how you'll make 6 stars too. If you want to make somebody a 6-star, you'll go farm that. That's where you'll get your charms. But this is how you get your bookmarks. You refresh into here. Takes a long time, but it's the most efficient, and you'll get Mystic Medals this way, which will allow you to get ML5 characters. All right. Other than that, that's it. All I have for this episode of the guide. Simple. Just get to work on that. Get your Camilla. I will have the next episode up soon. It'll be going over expedition teams, fully building up Camilla, building up the expedition teams. And then I will actually also be showing you hunt teams. Another thing you could work on at this point is going to be whatever side story is going on at the time that you're following this guide, as well as you could go through some of this. Okay, there's going to be some quests that are like convert one piece from Alchemist Steeple. And with this, you can go in if you have been... another important thing, try to make sure now that you're farming Wyvern, extract any blue gear and any gear that doesn't look good. Okay, always extract blue gear. But if there's anything that doesn't look good, I wouldn't bother selling any Wyvern gear yet. You want to extract because you want to trade in for these charms every single week. This is where you get most of your, especially right side charms. So every week you can get 20 purple charms. This is big, and 20 purple charms for your left side and regular non-accessories too. So extract all your blue gear and anything that you do, and if you don't know, just hold on to it. If you run out of room, you have the extra gear inventory here. So if you have a piece of gear, you don't know if you want to upgrade it. So say this piece. You're like, well, it has speed. If it doesn't, it's a hit set, has effect res. Do I roll this? If it has speed, I speed check everything. So I would enhance this to +3. And I didn't hit speed. So since this was not very good substat synergy, didn't hit speed on the first roll, and it's purple gear, I'm going to sell it. But if there's a piece of gear that you're like, well, this has 4 speed, this is definitely a piece you roll. Say you're confused and don't know, you do have some gear storage, okay? So you can click this button here, and it'll put it in storage. And if you're curious how to access storage, just the upper right-hand corner, you click this, and you'll have a gear storage area here. And then you can move it in between your two things. But for extracting your gear, always extract your blue pieces, all right? And you can't extract T55s. Any blue piece, always extract it, especially at the beginning. Later on, you might not need to, but you'll know when you don't need to anymore, when you have enough resources to trade in for your charms every week. But with the blue box conversions, you come in, equipment conversion, it'll teach you a tutorial, you can watch through it. And depending on if you've gotten any of the pieces, you can do, so here's a helmet one. So this is where you also need those charms. So it looks like I need some helmets before I do it, but you can go through that batch of missions, okay? And you'll learn, and you might, if you feel like you mess something up, it's fine. Nothing you do here, it's going to be really big. The only things you can mess up in E7 is selling a character or an artifact. Other than that, any mistake you make is fine. So the only mistakes, just so you guys aren't stressed about doing things wrong, the only mistakes you can make in E7 are spending your Sky Stones, wasting them, okay? Wasting your Sky Stones. Second, selling a character. Third, selling an artifact. Other than that, there's really no mistakes. Everything can be fixed with time. And even those mistakes can be fixed with time, but getting another character can be annoying. So just try to always say one of each character, refresh your Skystones in the shop to get max value out of them, or buy a pass or whatever, and don't just throw them in the Covenant summons. And yeah, try to play smart, okay? Now that's all I got. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next episode of the guide. There's going to be quite a bit, okay? So just try to have as many resources as possible. 10k Wyvern materials is the goal, and then clear as far as chapter 4. Get Camilla. Peace.